Hello, welcome. Here is just going to be just a very generalized walkthrough on how to set up Bampro in the cloud in Linode. I've set up a very small sort of one. It's only got 2 gigs of RAM. We'll see if that's enough. This project is basically multi-agent sort of evolutionary sort of selection and that. Hopefully we can just walk through the actual commands and that and see if we can actually get the game instance running in Docker and that. So Bampro also has different dependencies. So we've got the game/simulation and that. So the game is basically this. So this is everything that happens in the background. It's what it's going to be remoting into and stuff like that. So if you run the game/simulation normally, all you can do is fly around. You can't really interact other than pressing spacebar to spawn cubes. And the whole idea is supposed to be so you can remotely connect to it through TCP and have AI agents remotely control these cubes, and later on actually those cubes can actually connect and whatnot. So let's see if we can get this working. Alright, let's SSH into the server. I know my password. Yay! Okay, DNF. So let's just install a couple of dependencies we might need. I think it's doing an update as well. Alright, does it have Git? No, we don't have Git. Let's try do an update and install Git and a couple other things. So we've got discover, we've got construct, we've got dashboard. So while we wait, hopefully it'll be able to just download the actual repo and get it up and running in like maybe 2 or 3 commands after we've installed Docker. So it automatically runs the experiment config JSON and that. So it's testing, I think, 36 different models and keeps selecting the best one if it did improve to replace the champion and that. So we're testing 3 different sort of neural network models, the standard neural network, a replay and a dynamic replay sort of mechanism, testing multiple different numerical types. We're going to be spawning 4 agents per planet. It will, if left to its own device, it will just keep going for about 500 episodes. This is how big the neural network is. And it's done. Alright. We have Git now. Yay! Alright, let's get this. So now, alright. Bampro. Let's see. So we're going to SSH into the Primordia, which downloads by Foundry. I don't have zip. Do I need zip? It did download by Foundry. What is there? And does it run? Yes. So it did download the game. So the idea is you have to download the game manually. That way you can stop and start the project as many times as you want. So if we do docker compose up, that's right, we don't have Docker installed. So hopefully all we need to do is to install docker sh install docker. So hopefully it should drop us into 8123 when it's done. I see Docker, there it is. Well, that's good, that script is working, I think. Awesome. Do we have Docker now? Docker compose? Yes, we do. Awesome. Now let's see if we can do Docker compose up. What do you mean the zip's not there? Do I need to install zip? Did I not run this? Maybe I need to install this. Let's see if this works. There we go, we've got the Biofactory in. I think it's setting up the back end now. It would be nice to see how much resources it's consuming. Yes, I want to see HDOP. be using all the resources. Oh yeah, it's setting up the game. Okay, awesome, let's see. Page top. Well, we're using all the CPU, but we got enough RAM, so that's enough. The server might just be big enough. And it's running. Sweet, so it should drop us in here. Yes, it is. Oh, it's working. Awesome. So now it's working. It's going through the first generations. And that. Awesome. You can see where it's started the generation. It's done that. There's no scoring yet. And that. Here's all the different planets. We can actually see all the different variants, if there was any. You can see all the different planets there. That's awesome. Let's see if the reporting works. So once it's actually gone through a couple of experiments, we'll get some data and that to populate everything. And we now download this. Wow, that's awesome. Alright, that's working. So this is one that's been running for a while at home. And this is what it looks like. So after a while, this is a couple generations, multiple different sort of model types. And we can see what's the best. Yeah, is this the latest? Yeah, it is. That's interesting. Int. So then we can actually see all the different variants here, how they're going over the different generations. Yeah, there we go. And this is what the report's supposed to look like. It's a pretty long report because it grabs everything. Then we can press download. Yes. And there we go. Where's the actual other graphs? Yep, there they are.